Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel English Fluency Lab, where I help you improve your English language skills. Friends, in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the difference between the two words replace and substitute. Now, many learners might think that these two words mean one and the same thing. But is that true? Well, that's exactly what we are going to find out in this video. So let's get started right away. Let us first of all start with the word replace. Now friends, both of these words mean to put something in place of another. But there are a few differences in usage, right? Both these words mean that you put something in place of another, right? Let's look at two cases, with people and with objects. So we are going to study replace with people and objects, and we are going to study substitute with people and objects. Now replacements tend to be long-term or permanent. They often involve something of the same type, right? Let's take an example. If a part in your car breaks, you need to replace it with a new version of the same part, right? So that is replacement. Replacements tend to be long-term or permanent, right? So if a part of your car breaks down, you need to replace it with the same part, right? Let's move on. However, in the case of advancing technology and changing trends, you can replace an older thing with a newer and different thing. Example, cell phones are replacing traditional cameras, right? Now cell phones here are being replaced. Okay, that means cell phones in place of traditional cameras, you're using cell phones now because technology has changed, right? Now when talking about people, we learned about replacement with objects. Now what about replacement with people? When talking about people, if one person replaces another, the new person takes the position permanently, right? The new person takes the position permanently. That's something to remember. For example, after Gary resigned, Susan replaced him as the director of finance. Right? So this is a permanent replacement, right? In the case of people, and we studied in the case of objects also, right? So we've studied replacement with people and with objects. Now let's move on to substitute. With the word substitute, in the case of people, it is temporary, right? In the case of replace, it was permanent. In the case of substitute with people, it is temporary, right? If your regular teacher gets sick, a substitute teacher will come into the classroom for a few days. That means a substitute teacher is only coming for a few days. It is not permanent, right? If a player on a sports team gets injured, a substitute will go into the game in the injured player's position or role. Again, a temporary thing, right? Let's understand in the case of objects. Now, in the case of objects, substitute is usually used when something different takes the place of the original. In the case of objects, I repeat, substitute is usually used when something different takes the place of the original. If a part in your car breaks and that part is no longer being manufactured, the mechanic might substitute a similar part that can perform in a similar way. So here you're using a substitute because the original is no longer there, right? Let's understand further. We often use substitute with food and cooking. If you're trying to lose weight, you might substitute margarine for butter in a recipe, right? So here margarine becomes a substitute for butter, right? If you're a vegetarian, you might substitute mushrooms or tofu for meat when preparing a stir fry. Because you're a vegetarian, you don't eat meat, you're substituting it with mushrooms or tofu. When ordering in a restaurant, you can also ask the waitress to be flexible when your meal comes with options. Could I substitute a salad for the soup? Now what do you mean by that? May I have a salad in place of the soup? Right? So when you say, could I substitute a salad for the soup? You are trying to say, may I have a salad in place of the soup? So friends, you've learnt the meaning of the word replace and substitute with objects and with people. Okay. So to test your knowledge, let's have a quick quiz. 10 questions, 5 seconds to answer every question. All right. Let's get started. Here comes question number 1. When John left the company, they had to dash him with a new project manager. Your 5 seconds start now. Your options are replace or substitute. The answer is replace, because we are talking of replacing with people. John is permanently replaced by a new project manager. Number 2. If the main goalkeeper gets injured, the team will dash another player in the place for that game, in his place for that game. Your 5 seconds start now. All right, what is the answer? It is substitute with people, a temporary change for the injured goalkeeper. Question number 3. Due to a special diet, Sarah decided to dash sugar with honey in her coffee. Your 5 seconds start now. Alright, what is the answer? Substitute. Substitute with objects. Honey is taking the place of sugar temporarily. Right? Remember substitute? Quiz question number 4. After the CEO stepped down, a new CEO was chosen to dash him permanently. Right? Your 5 seconds start now. Alright, the answer is replace with people. A new CEO takes the role permanently. Number 5 coming up. The school will dash the old desks with brand new ones next month. Right? Okay, 5 seconds start. Answer is replace with objects. Old desks are being replaced by new ones long term. Number 6 coming up. If the chef runs out of fresh herbs, he will dash dried herbs for them in his dishes. Your 5 seconds start. Alright, the answer is substitute with objects. Dried herbs temporarily take the place of fresh herbs. Number 7 coming up. For a healthier option, you can dash Greek yogurt for sour cream in this dip recipe. Your 5 seconds start. Alright, the answer is substitute with objects. Greek yogurt takes the place of sour cream in the recipe. Okay, number 8 coming up. When the lead actor got sick, the director had to dash another actor in his role for a few days. Right, for a few days. Your 5 seconds start. What is the answer? Substitute with people or temporary change in the role due to the actor's illness. Number 9 coming up. The teacher decided to dash the old textbook with a more up-to-date edition. Your 5 seconds coming up now. Alright, the answer is replace with objects. The textbook is permanently replaced to a new edition. The final question coming up, quiz question 10. To improve the environment, many people are starting to dash plastic bags with reusable cloth bags. Your 5 seconds start. Well, friends, what is the answer? Friends, I'm not going to reveal the answer for this. I would like you to put the answer to the last question in the comment box. What do you think? Is it replace or is it substitute? Alright, I look forward to your answers. So friends, if you have liked this video, please give me a like. If you've learned something new, please also press the bell. And please do subscribe to my channel because I keep coming up with videos like these to help you improve your English language skills. Thank you very much and I will see you in the next one.